Stake your claim, we're going for gold. Today on Weekend at the Cottage. Welcome to Weekend at the Cottage. I'm Nick Manojlovic with an incredible dinner idea. Staking our claim with flank steak, good as gold with golden smashed potatoes. Wait till you see how beautiful this meal is as it comes together. Came together for me. Let me walk through exactly how I prepared it. Let's start first of all by talking about little tiny golden potatoes. We're gonna parboil them into a medium pot. Parboil them till they're fork tender. We then drain them. We're gonna put them on a parchment-lined baking sheet, and then we're gonna do like my sister Dana does and use her incredible rock smasher. Dana smashes garlic and potatoes with this. I think it's a charming idea. So head out back, head into your garden, find your favorite rock, and then start smashing your potatoes right on the baking sheet. This works really well for garlic as well. Once you've smashed all your potatoes, a small little pan to stovetop. We're heating 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. I like a blend with butter. 2 tablespoons of butter go in. Swirl till that butter melts, but we're gonna boost the flavor with some smashed garlic. We're gonna add that into the pan, enhance that flavor with garlic, and now we're over to our potatoes. With a pastry brush, we're gonna brush the top with that beautiful buttery garlic. Are you feeling it? And then finally, a sprinkle of kosher salt, and we're heading into a pretty hot 425-degree oven. We're gonna roast our potatoes for at least 15 minutes. I like to push it to 20. When they come out of the oven, they're gorgeous and crispy and fantastic. And then a sprinkle of kosher salt, a chiffonade of fresh herbs, whatever you have going in the garden, whether chive, thyme, oregano, basil, you name it, chop it, that final sprinkle. And these potatoes are as good as gold. So half the battle is achieved. Now we're going to continue with our flank steak. I'm using 2 1.5 pound flank steak. I like cooking 2 smaller versions. I find it comes up more tender. The larger steak I find is a bit tough. And remember, flank steak is not the same as a fillet or a tenderloin. And what we need to do is to marinate it in order to give it a little bit of tenderness when it hits the barbecue. Let's start then with a marinade for our flank steak into the canister that comes with an immersion blender or a hand wand. I'm starting with half a cup of balsamic vinegar, 4 cloves of garlic, handful of fresh mint, handful of rosemary, and a handful of fresh thyme. I love the addition of mustard in this marinade. How about 1 tablespoon of grainy mustard? Make that 2. Add that into the canister. Immersion wand goes in. We're gonna start to pulse and then slowly add extra virgin olive oil. You'll see this marinade comes together. We then take our 2 flank steak into a rectangular dish, add a little bit of the marinade on top of one, add the second steak in on top, start flipping them over until they're fully coated. The marinade recipe allows for enough to place on the steak overnight, but then I can reserve some to the side for the following day to brush on the steak when they cook on the grill. We're covering them with plastic wrap into the fridge. I suggest at least 24 hours to marinate these beautiful steak. When you're ready to grill off these perfectly marinated steak, over to the barbecue, about 500 degrees, so medium high. When your barbecue comes to temperature, lid comes up and we place 1 and 2 down. Immediately they sizzle. You're gonna get the sense of how beautiful this is. We now need to flip them to form that perfect crosshatch pattern. So with a pair of tongs, we're flipping, brush on some extra marinade as they grill. And I like to cook about 3 minutes per side. Steak is done, bring it in onto a cutting board. We have a meat fork, a very sharp knife. Trick with flank steak, we need to cut against the grain on an angle. So we're going, look at this. Look at how beautifully prepared, medium rare, exactly to my liking. I would then cut all the way through, a couple final steps, sprinkling of kosher salt, fresh black pepper, give me some more of those fresh herbs sprinkled on top. You have perfectly prepared flank steak, you have fantastic potatoes, and I'm just gonna, with my fingers, excuse me, a little piece of this gorgeous moist steak. Would you like a potato, Nick? Well, yes, I would. Thank you very much. I will go on record telling you that I'm a meat and potato kind of guy. I hope you're the same. And if you are, I hope you visit weekend@thecottage.com. Don't forget to look for us on our dedicated website, also on our dedicated YouTube channel. When you're there, subscribe to one or both, please. And then finally, look for us on your favorite social media feeds, Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We are striking our claim for a fantastic steak dinner along with good as gold potatoes. We hope you enjoy. Come on back, visit again soon. Take care.